Here we are arriving into La Rochelle by boat. In this video I'll show you around the top tourist attraction of La Rochelle, the Three Towers. We'll be visiting the Lanterne Tower, the Chaîne Tower, and finally the Saint-Nicolas Tower. And in this video I'll show you what each of them is like to visit. We'll visit the Lanterne Tower first. I bought a single ticket to visit all three towers for €9.50 when I visited in 2023. So once you pay for your ticket, you begin your own self-guided tour. One thing to be aware of is that in all three towers there's a lot of narrow steps to climb and there is no lift or accessible access for wheelchair users. Also, if you don't like confined spaces or heights, then visiting these towers isn't for you. Let's begin our look around, and I'll tell you a little about this tower's history. Originally built during the late 14th century, this tower was indeed used as a lighthouse to guide boats into the La Rochelle harbour. The clue was in the name of this tower. It's the tallest of the three towers at 55 metres. It's been built in the late Gothic architectural style out of local white limestone. You'll see more of this when we climb up the tower and onto the outside platform. One thing that's unmissable on the interior walls, however, is the carved artwork. This was done by prisoners within the tower when it was also used as a prison around the 17th and 18th centuries. This was really interesting to see these messages from the past. Let's climb up the tower and check out those stunning panoramic views of La Rochelle. So it does get very narrow at the top, but even on this dull day, the views here are really worth the climb. We're now heading along to the Chaîne Tower, the second destination on our visit. Again built in the 14th century, what you see today is significantly lower because there was an explosion on the top of the tower in the 17th century that blew the top off. You'll still be able to see stairways leading to nowhere, hinting at how this tower has changed over the years. As the name suggests, this tower helps support a massive iron chain across the mouth of the harbour, linked to the Saint-Nicolas Tower. We'll get to that tower in a bit. This is another climb up tight stone stairs, and when we visited it was a cool light show on the first floor. At the top you can see some good views, especially of the Lanterne Tower we just visited, but this tower isn't nearly as high as the Lanterne Tower. So, time to visit our final tower, Saint-Nicolas Tower. This is 42 metres tall, but feels much taller. Again, lots of narrow stairs to climb, and the quirky interior design means it's easy to get lost inside. It too was built in the 14th century, and was part of the fortifications of the city. The chain I mentioned earlier was also attached to this tower, and it also served as a vantage point for the watchmen. It has a middle roof section and a smaller raised tower part that is accessible by some very narrow circular steps. It's worth the climb though, with some wonderful views at the top. Perhaps the iconic La Rochelle view? And looking over the edge is certainly something to experience. It's now time to make our way down. which was no mean feat. But visiting the three towers of La Rochelle is definitely a must-see tourist activity and one we'd highly recommend. Thanks for watching, I hope you found this helpful. Please give this a thumbs up if you did, it really helps this channel. That's it for today though, see ya!